Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tech Kurvishi. So team, in today's video we are going to talk about ECMAScript 6 features. So if you have seen my previous videos, you must have seen I've covered all the basic concepts of JavaScript. I have covered all the programming fundamental perspective and some advanced topic of JavaScript. Now next we have is ECMAScript 6, which is sixth version of JavaScript, which was introduced in 2015 with the idea of providing some new advanced features to JavaScript. So we have a lot of new features which introduced in ES6, which we use to write React.js as well. So today we are going to see one of those important features, which is array helper functions. So array helper functions like map, filter, every was introduced in ES6. So we are going to deep dive into those concepts today. Not just that, don't forget to check out my web development interview preparation material in which I've covered all the important quiz, interview questions, practice assignments, projects related to HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React.js, Redux, MongoDB, DSA, Node.js. Everything you need to practice in web development is there in that material. Now let's get to the coding part.
Hello everyone, in this video we are going to continue with the ES6 features. So we already have array helper functions in older JavaScript as well, like push, pop, shift, unshift, reverse. So here these are the methods which are introduced in ES6, like filter, for each, map, sum, reduce, find, every. So these are the major ones which are used a lot. So let's get to the Visual Studio Code to see all these features one by one. So I'm continuing in the same file. So here I have array helper functions. So the very first function we have is the map function. So this map function basically allow you to iterate over each array element. So basically these are array helper functions. That means I can use these methods only on the arrays. So let me just create an array. Let's say const array val is equal to 12, 89, 78. So this is my array of numbers. So this is my array. So I want to iterate over each array element. Definitely we know in older JavaScript we can iterate over array elements using for loops. So we don't use those for loops here. So instead of writing the for loops, conditions, increment, decrement again and again, we have this map function. It is easier to use. I just have to insert this method with this array and I will be able to iterate over each array element automatically. So I will just write array val dot map. Since it's a method, so round base will come. And inside this, we write a callback function. We have already seen in JavaScript video what is a callback function. So here I'm going to write a callback function syntax. Now I'm going to use the fat arrow, that is the arrow function, to writing a callback function. So this is how we can write a callback function here. Now if I show you guys the previous older JavaScript syntax of writing this function, callback function, would be something like this. This is how we can write. And to remember this, basically you have to remove this function keyword. Then you just have to include this fat arrow. That's it. This is how we can write this callback function with fat arrow here. Now, in this callback function, automatically it takes, if I hover over it, it takes three parameters. That is the value, index, and the array itself. So I can pass all these values here. Let's say array element, then it gives me the index value, let's say I, and then the array itself. So if I try to console all these values, I will see all the values one by one. So let's see the output. So if I refresh, I can see element, index, and the array itself. Then element, index, and the array itself. Element, index, and array itself. So you guys can see automatically I can get the elements value without using for loops. So this is the reason this method was introduced, to iterate over each array element. And if you want to do something with the elements, so let's say if I want to do sum of elements, so I can just use these elements from here and put the sum logic here. So this is how we can use this map function, and this map function always returns something. So I can just write const, let's say array values is equal to, so here I can just write, let's say return element. So I'm returning elements. So if I do console.log of array values, so I will get all the array values. So here I'm returning elements, so I will get elements only. Let's say in future if I want to add some condition, if else, I can write if and else block here. So in future if I want to write some condition and then I want to get some return value, I can just do that. I can put return statement here and those values will be returned in the array values. So array values is itself a array. So map function returns a array with the result. So if I refresh, I will get the array here like this. So this is how we can use map function. Next method we have is the filter method. So filter method allow an array element that pass the test. So it filters the array based on what element pass the test. So here we put some conditions, we put some checks. For example, I have, let's say array is equal to this. Now I will just say const result is equal to, now this filter method also returns something. So array dot filter, okay, we already have array, let me just make it num val. So I will just say num val dot filter. Since it's a method, an array method, so every method will be written like this, array dot filter and then the method, that is array dot method, and then all these method takes callback function. Now in this also we get number, index and the array itself. So for now I'm just writing element. So it is not a compulsion that you have to include all the three parameters. You can include any parameter that you need at that very moment. So I just need element, and this is important if you have just one parameter, so you can remove the round braces. Since filter method returns something, so that return statement will always come here, and whatever we are going to return will get stored inside this result array. Resultant is an array, that means filter also returns an array. So result data type is going to be a array itself. So let me just add some conditions. So in this return we generally pass some condition. Let's say this. So all the elements which are less than 10 will be returned. So let me add those. So here whatever element is passing the test will get stored here. So it will be num.filter e, which is going to represent each array element. So 90 will come. So condition will be checked. If it's true, then that element gets added to this result here. And then we can simply console the result. And result is nothing but an array. So if I refresh, I can see I will get two elements because there are only two elements which are less than equal to 10 in this array. So this is how we can use the filtration in the array. Next method we have is the for each. Now this for each method calls a function once for each element in an array in order. So basically, so for each method allows you to iterate over each array element, basically to go to each element once in an array. Now this question must be popping in your head, then what is the difference between map and for each? Because both are doing the same thing, that is iterating over an array in order. So the difference is that your for each never return anything. So let me create an array. Let's say color is equal to pink, blue, green. So I have these elements over here. Now if I just do color dot for each, and this method will also take a callback, and it also takes the same parameters, element, index and the array. So let me just consider one parameter. Let's say I is representing what? Each array element. And if it's just one parameter, so that is the reason I remove the round braces from here. So if I just try to do console.log of I, let me just run this. So if I refresh, I will get all the array elements. This is exactly what map function was doing. But the difference is that your map function returns something, but your for each cannot return something. Even if I try to make this function return something for each, this will give me undefined. So this is the difference between map and for each function. Even for interviews perspective, this question is really important. Now next method I have is the find. So find method returns the value of the first element in an array that passed the test. So for example, let's say const num values. So I'm just creating few arrays with similar names like num values, num val. So here let's say const or result values is equal to num values dot find. Since it's a method, so we are going to use it like this. So array dot find. Again, this takes a callback function. Now, after this, we have a return statement. In this return statement, we pass some condition. Let's say I will just say num. I will say num. Num is representing each array element. So I will pass some condition. Let's say num greater than equal to 90. So the first element that will pass the test will be returned here. It is going to iterate over an array till the time any element that passed the test. So it will be something like 90. So 90 will come here in num. So 90 greater than equal to 90. So this is true. So the moment first test is passed, so it will return. So it will not go to any other element after that. So only the first element that will pass the test will be returned. So if I try to do console.log of result values, I will get the output. So here I can see I will get 90. Now let's say I'll do something like less than equal to 80. So if I get something like this, so now in this case it will go to 90 will come, this will be false, then 89 will come here, that will be false, then 79 will come. In this case it will iterate over each array element because it has not found any result till this last element. Any element that passed the test in first go will be returned. Now in this case we will get 79. So if I refresh, I will get 79 here. So this is how we can use find method. Next method we have here is the reduce method. Now this reduce method is used to reduce the array to a single value. For example, I have const, let's say numbers is equal to, I have few elements in my array which are decimal values like this. Now I will just say const. Again, this reduce method also returns something. So let's say number value is equal to numbers dot reduce method will come, and here we are going to add the callback function. Now in this reduce method, if I hover over it, you guys can see we get the previous value, we get the current value, and we get the current index and the array itself. So we have 4 parameters. So I will tell you how these are used. So let me just give some name to them. Let's say total and then num. And I will just console the value of total first and then the num. So majorly we need these values only. If we need the rest of the values, that is going to be the current index and the array, then we can include rest of the parameters as well. But for now I just need these 2 parameters. So I will just run this. So if I refresh, so here you guys can see I got 9.8, which is the first element of my array. That is the total value. So total is 9.8 initially. Num will start from the second element, that is 7.8. Then total will be undefined because total just takes the first value, because rest of the values comes in the second parameter, that is num. So here what I can do, I can clearly say return, because I want to do sum of these elements. So I can just simply say total, that is the first element 9.8, plus rest of the elements are going to come inside this num only. So I can just do num. So if I see this, if I console this, let's say number val, I will get the output. So here you guys can see this is the total output. So that means in the end I got the sum of these values. So I'm doing the sum of these values, and here also you guys can see this total becomes this because current takes the previous value. Even if I hover over this, you guys can see previous value, current value, and then the current index. So right now I'm using this total. So here I will get the sum of all these elements. So if you want to do the sum of all the elements of an array, you can simply use reduce method. Next method we have is the sum method. So sum method checks if any of the element in an array pass the test. So even if one element pass the test, it returns true. It returns Boolean value basically. So let me just consider some array. Let's say const ages is equal to this. So I will just check const age val is equal to array dot sum method name. Then again it takes a callback. So now here I just want one element, that is array element. So I can just make it this. Now here I'm just going to say return. This method also returns something. So this method returns a Boolean value if any of the element pass the test. So let's say return age should be greater than equal to 18. So if any of the element pass the test, this will return true, otherwise false. So let me just console.log of age val. So here I can clearly see 90 will come, that pass the test, 78 also pass the test, 16 not, which doesn't matter. So even if one element passing the test, this will going to return me true. So if I refresh, I can see the if I refresh, I can clearly see the true value over here. Now the similar method we have is the every. So I'll just create a copy of this. The only difference between sum and every that it checks for every element. If all the elements, let me just consider the same array. So I'll just replace sum with every. So difference between sum and every that it checks if any one element pass the test, it will return true. And in this case of every, it checks all the values has to return true. That means all the elements if pass the test, this will return true. So here we can see in case of sum, 3 elements are passing the test. So definitely it is going to return me true. But in case of every, one element is not passing the test. So it is going to return me false. Because every will demand that every element should pass this condition. So if I refresh, I will get false here. So this is how we can use this array helper functions. Now we can remember these in pairs, like we can remember sum with every. We can remember filter with find, because they're very similar in names. Then we can remember for each with map, and then we can remember reduce, that is reducing the elements of an array to a single variable. So this is how we can use this array helper functions. So we will see rest of the features in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you like my content, don't forget to like, subscribe and share my channel. And I have attached web development interview preparation material link in the description. Don't forget to check that out. See you guys in the next video.